Okay, everyone's asked what's the difference between the two Bounty X rebounders made by JumpSport. Remember, we announced the JumpSport partnership and we've launched under the Bounty brand two specific models. Remember, we have JumpSport South Africa in South Africa, and they've got a whole range of rebounders that they're making available to everyone. So go off and take a look at those. But from Bounty itself, we've branded two of the models. Okay, so we went for the 350F and the 570 Pro. Now these two, quite a few of you have asked, what's the difference between them? So let's go through them for a second. So first of all, from a size perspective, it's very obvious, if you take a look at them, that the 570 has a much larger matte surface area and a larger frame. So more specifically, I think this one's 99 centimeters in diameter, and this one I think is 112, correct, Amber? Amber's recording, so I'm just going to tag her every time. So this is 99 centimeters, 112. Now the matte surface area is an interesting one. So you can see, just by default, that matte surface area is smaller than this matte surface area. But here's a massive thing, and you need to realize this. The 570 has petals attached to the mat that covers the cords. Now these petals, you can actually bounce on top of them. That's really, really cool. So you can actually bounce on these. So that significantly increases the matte surface area. So it's not just that alone, but it's also the petals. And you know what? Lisa and I did a workout yesterday, and for the first time, I actually experienced the joy of having the ability to go even further, especially when you're doing stretching or you're going, stationary moves, or you need your legs quite wide out, especially the guys, larger feet. You're going to love this. 570, right? So great matte surface area. Big difference between the two, which is obvious, is not just size, right? This one can handle up to, I think this one's 147 kilograms. This one is 125 kilograms. So this is 125 kilogram weight limit, 147 kilogram weight limit. Now, a big difference, right? It's not just the feature set that I've just described, but it's also the warranty and obviously the application. It's not an either or with these rebounders. It's an and, in my opinion. So we have both. We've got the 570 because it's the stationary one. It's at our home. It's the one we kind of carry around in the house. And I love this one, okay, because it's wide and it's really, really cool. I just love this rebounder. But the 350 is a really cool foldable bungee rebounder for traveling. So we have both. So Lisa has one of these and one of these, and I have one of these and one of these. These are the ones that we use at home, and this is what I'm using for the shoot. So this is really cool because this folds in half, and you can slot it into one of our rebounder carry bags, and off and away you go. So it's not an either or. But if you're thinking about mobility, you're thinking about taking it to the office with you, you're thinking about carrying it around in the house and folding it up, great rebounder. In terms of matte surface area, this may be very large, sure, but I rebound on this. And when we went to Reunion Island just a couple of weeks ago, in December, this was what I loved about this. I didn't really notice the matte surface area when I was utilizing it. So even if you're tall, larger feet, this is a good rebounder. Now, here's another thing that's really cool. Besides the one is stationary, yes, you can take the legs off very easily off these rebounders. I'm going to show you a really cool feature that's unique to them from a leg perspective in a second. But you can take the legs off, throw this frame into the back of the boot. So if you're driving around in South Africa, this is absolutely mobile. Take the legs off, put it in the back of the car, put your luggage on top. When you get to wherever you get to, take the luggage off, take the frame, put it down, put the legs on. 5 minutes later, you're bouncing. So yes, it may not fold, but it doesn't mean it's not a mobile rebounder. It's still applicable. This one, though, is ultra mobile. Right? This one folds in half. It's very convenient. Takes up very little space. You can check this in at the airport. As a sporting good. We've even seen some airlines, depending on what class you're flying, will even take this as hand luggage. Okay, so if you put it into your little thing and you can slot it into hand luggage. Now, here's what's amazing about these rebounders is their warranties. This blows my mind, right? So if you take a look at this is a 4-year warranty on the cords. Lifetime on the frame, etc., etc. That's cool. But the thing that you utilize the most, the wear and tear aspect of this rebounder, the cords. 4 years warranty on this. That's unheard of, right? But what's even more spectacular is the 570. This is a 5-year warranty on the cords. Now, again, this is for private use. So if you have a studio, that's a different set of warranties, right? So we'll deal with you, and if you want to open up a studio and a Bounty studio, that's different. If you deal with JumpSport South Africa and you want to open up a Bounty studio with your branded rebounders on there, the warranties have a different applicability, and they take a look at usage, how many classes, etc., and then they work a warranty out relative to your usage. So this is for home use, personal use. These are the 4-year warranty, 5-year warranty. Why is that? This one has a 9mm bungee cord on it. This one has an 8mm bungee cord. So it's quite thick bungee cords, and their bounce, I mean, the bounce is quite incredible. Now, another feature that I love is the legs, okay? And the reason I love the legs is the how you put it on, number one, and number two is how you travel, right? How they made it so easy for you. Because one of the things with our other rebounders that does irk a lot of people is the fact that when you take the screws, the washers, and the spring washer out, etc., then you kind of have to put it in a container, right? And you have to put that container with you, or they fall around loose in the carry bag, etc. Well, JumpSport have actually solved that problem in a really cool and unique way. So Amber, I'm going to ask you to come closer, and I'm actually going to show this. One of the legs I loosened. So if you take a look at the legs, now height-wise, they're exactly the same. I think they're 32 centimeters off the floor. But if you take a look at this, take a look at the legs. When I take this leg off, I'm taking it off. It's unscrewed already. But look at that. The screw is inside there, which is really cool. So they've got this little rubber deal that goes in there. It's a little rubber thing, and inside of that you find your screw and obviously your insert. So I put that in, and then that goes down. But the really cool thing is if you disassemble this and you're traveling, this doesn't fall around, which I really love. And also, it also makes it so much easier to attach and quicker. So when you finally get to where you get to, you apply the leg, you put it on, and you literally just take the Allen key and off and away you go, and you insert it, right? Now on the 350F, it's even easier. They've gone a little way. So if you take the 350 leg off, right, that's the 570. The 350 leg, take a look at that. Now, obviously, I've just made it loose, but it's got this little deal. I call it a little deal, right? It's just like, it keeps everything in place, but it makes it even easier to do the initial screw in. So before you tighten it, so you put it on, and then you literally just flick that in. I mean, it's just incredibly easy. Look at that. So you don't actually need an Allen key for the first, tranche of it. So you put it on, the legs are attached, and then you do the Allen key to tighten it up. And I think that's like a really, really cool feature. So when you're traveling, this is amazing. Ultra mobile, the screws and stuff are all attached. But this is the major difference between the two rebounders. One is size, weight category, one folds, but the other one also, when you take the legs off, is also mobile. The one folds in half completely. I mean, if I put this rebounder down, so, I put this down, difference between that one, I take off these safety clips, remove them, right? And once I've taken all the legs off, I'm not going to take the legs off now because that's in the assembly video that I've done. But just to show you that they do fold in half, I step on this end, I fold it up, and there you go. Folds in half. And obviously, when you take the legs off, you can take it very easily, and off and away you go. Okay, and it folds beautifully. And it comes with a pouch, also really nice, both of them. Come with a beautiful pouch that you put the legs into. And then once you fold it in half, you throw that pouch in between, and off and away you go. So yeah, very, very easy. You open it up, and there's your 350F. Now, again, difference between the two, size, sure, mobility, sure. But yeah, I think those are the major differences. Have I skipped anything, Cran?
No, I think you're good.
Okay, cool. We're good.
Good.
So that's the difference between the 570 and the 350F.